Hi guys, and welcome to our latest workshop video with me, Josh,
And me, Gabriele.
and today we're going to be talking about HIIT training. So HIIT training, which stands for high intensity interval training, is a really great form of exercise. It's very challenging though. It challenges our speed, our endurance, and our strength. That comes with lots of benefits. It burns lots of energy and it gets us fitter and stronger. However, there are also consequences for the body. What are some of the things that they need to be thinking about, Gab, off the back of HIIT training?
So HIIT training is a very stressful form of exercise, and therefore it requires more time and more effort from our body to recover properly from it. So some of the consequences are DOMS, or delayed onset muscle soreness, and muscle tightness. And today we're going to show you some active strategies to deal with those effects.
So what we're going to take you through now is some foam rolling strategies for the lower body. Now these help our muscles recover after exercise to reduce some of the tightness that we mentioned before, and to help the physical recovery within our muscle after exercise as well. So what we're going to start with is foam rolling on the ITB and the quad. So big structures within the leg that have been under stress when we've been exercising, and they take a lot of load, so therefore potentially can get quite tight after exercise. So as Gab is in this position here, he's on his side, he's got the support of his non-foam rolling leg just to ease a bit of body weight there, and a nice sort of firm position of the arm. If we notice the pace at which he's rolling, he's going nice and slowly. He's not going too quickly, which potentially misses out on areas within that muscle that we want to release off and get freer. So like I said, the pace there is important. Now, if we then just shift slightly onto your front a little bit then, Gab, he's then now going to tackle a little bit more towards the front of his thigh on that ITB rather than directly on the side. And then if you then go on towards a bit more towards your back, Gab, and then this challenge is a little bit more towards the back of his ITB as well. You can then as well, just in terms of a shift of position, quite easily release your quads and the front of your thigh in a similar-ish position. So arms again giving us a stable position and footing, opposite leg, then again just taking some of our body weight through. And we've got a nice slow roll again there from Gab, just slowly and gently working through the muscles to foam roll and release the quads. I think the next thing then just to say and highlight is this will create some discomfort. Tight muscles having pressure on them will elicit, like I said, some sort of discomfort. Now, discomfort is absolutely fine. Agony and pain is not. So make sure that it is a manageable and an easy level of discomfort to manage. And also within that, if there are certain spots that you feel like they're quite sore, they're quite uncomfortable, I would hold on those spots and release those off and wait for that to dissipate and then continue to roll through, rather than moving through and transitioning through that painful bit. So the next thing we're going to focus in the lower body is the muscles on the back of the leg, so hamstrings and calves. And both of these muscle groups are involved a lot in high intensity interval training because they're involved a lot in jumping and decelerating movement, which happens a lot when we're moving quickly and at speed. So if you come into the position that we're going to use for the foam rolling, Gab, and we'll just talk you through this. So to do the hamstrings, so the top of the thigh, top of the back of the thigh, position your hands so you've got a nice stable position. Same again, opposite legs, the one we're foam rolling and just giving us a bit of support and helping with that, take some body weight. And we're just nice and gently working through foam rolling up and down through that muscle. Try and keep the foam rolling leg quite relaxed, so those muscles as relaxed as possible as you're foam rolling. And again, as we mentioned with the ITB and quads, if there are any particular spots of discomfort, more so than others, hold that pressure at that point, wait for that to ease off, and and then continue to roll through. You then demonstrate the calf one for us, Gab. The foam roller just wants to then now go below the knee into the calf muscles, and it's exactly the same process. So again, arms just giving us a nice stable position. Opposite leg again, taking some body weight and just rolling through up and down the calf. Again, as we mentioned a little bit with the quad ITB, play around with the position of the leg, so rotate it into different positions so that you're tackling all different aspects of the muscle. And again, as we've seen here, a nice slow pace, not going too quickly. Now spend a minute on each of these areas that we've mentioned so far, or until they start to feel easier and are not so uncomfortable, because then those muscles have gone from a tight state to start to relax and have been nice and flexible and more pliable.
We're going to have a look now at some foam rolling option for the upper body instead. With the first exercise, please Josh, if you demonstrate, we're going to target mainly latissimus dorsi or lats. So you need to be lying down in between your side, perfectly perpendicular to the floor and 45 degrees with your arms stretched out above your head. In this position, you will be able to feel that you're putting pressure on a big muscle, which is the latissimus dorsi, as said. It can be quite painful the closer you get to the shoulder, so it's important to not put too much pressure very close to the shoulder if even the lower part is already painful, and gradually work your way up. Then if from this position we change to a flat laying down position, we'll be able to target the thoracic spine instead and the muscle that stabilize that region. Those are muscles that will be really active during global movements involving planking, jumping, and quick changes in positions. And so it's important to take care of them after the high intensity training session to make sure that they can release as well and help avoiding stiffness and rigidity in that region. From this position, we can even open our arms over the side to add a component of stretching of the anterior muscle chain, specifically pecs. Here will be the muscle mainly targeted. And to finish, just a quick addition to target specifically the pec muscle, which is the other big muscle group that can get tender after push-ups exercises, for example. Here we're seeing Josh applying pressure with the edge of the foam roller just in front of the shoulder between the pec and the armpit. This can be quite a painful spot as well, so you may need to approach it carefully in the beginning. And then it's a small area, so you don't need to foam roll with a wide range. Just keep the pressure on the tender spot until you feel like it's gradually fading away. We had a look today at some good exercise options to help you recover from your high intensity interval training sessions. Really hope you're going to include those into your future routines.
A lot of what we've focused on today is about injury prevention, and I think that's one aspect that most of you out there might not necessarily consider that physio can help with. So if you'd like further information on injury prevention and recovery strategies, get in touch with us, go to responsephysio.com or come and visit us in clinic. We'll see you next time.
See you.